What up? Welcome to the Artist Spotlight. We have been so kind to be joined by Trivium today on the back of their tour bus. Guys, thanks for letting us into your home away from home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me about Rockfest. Is this the biggest crowd you've played in front of?
No.
Probably Europe?
Yeah, we've done a bunch of, over the years, we've done all the European festivals. Most recently we did the Wacken Festival in Germany, which was like
80K.
I think at the peak of that festival there was like 100,000 people. But when we went on, there was at least, from the stage, it was an endless amount of people. Like, it went to the horizon.
And it was
ridiculous.
Wacken Open Air is the most metal festival in the entire world. It's only metal bands, only legit metal bands, and it's I think 2 or 3 days long, maybe a couple hundred bands. We've already set up to 100,000. We played right before Judas Priest, they were the headliners, so it's a really good time.
Nice. Legit metal bands. What are non-legit metal bands?
I will not name off any, but people that know metal will definitely know the unlegitimate metal bands. The illegitimate metal bands.
I couldn't walk him into that one, folks. But, okay, well, you guys are certainly different on the bill today. You might even be able to pull some fans that maybe haven't heard you because you may not be on this radio station.
Definitely.
So how are you going to do that?
We just do what we normally do. You know, it doesn't matter who we're playing in front of, how many people it is. We just put on the same show that, you know, if there's 10 people or 10,000 or whatever, we just go out there and, you know, rock out, do our thing, do what we do best. And so far we've done a bunch of these radio festivals and, you know, playing with a lot of the bands that are on here today. We've done other festivals recently with them.
Right.
And, like, you know, there's definitely a lot of people in the crowd that aren't familiar with what we do because we're not like a staple radio band, but people are receptive, people like heavy music, and, you know, they just might not have, you know, had the opportunity to hear a band like us. So it's really good for us to go out there and show people kind of, you know, the kind of stuff that we do, and hopefully expose them to you know, a new form of heavy music. And, you know, so far all the shows have been going great. There's been a great reaction, and you can definitely tell from when we start to when we finish, people have, you know, kind of been turned on to what we're doing. So it's been really good, and I think today's definitely, out of all the festivals that we've been doing, this is probably the biggest one as far as attendance wise. So I'm looking forward to
stateside.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, what's great is the audience that's here is definitely already against the grain to say, because they're not here for a pop festival, they're still here for heavy music.
Right.
Heavy music that isn't the norm. And what we found that tailoring our set to the crowd that we're playing in front of isn't the way to go for us. It's basically, we play exactly what we want to play. This year we've toured with bands like Dream Theater, Ask Alexandria, In Flames, and upcoming with Five Finger Death Punch. And the best thing we do for all those tours is play exactly what we want to play, not play what we think their fans want to hear. So us being true to ourselves has always been the
Touched on 10 people or 10,000 people. Do you guys still remember what it feels like to play in front of a really small crowd?
Yeah, I mean,
do you have some memories?
Yeah. On this tour, we've been consciously making an effort to play cities that metal bands don't normally go to. So the other night we were in Lincoln, Nebraska. Last night we were in Colorado Springs. And we're talking like, last night's maximum cap was a 400-person club.
How many?
400 people.
Oh.
And so we love doing shows like that. So yeah, it's whether it's 10 or 10,000 or 50 or 50,000, it's going to be the same performance we're going to do.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why we got to stay in our games. Last night's like a 90-plus minute set, maybe almost an hour 45 set. And that's singing, screaming, playing. We don't use any backing tracks, nothing like that. It's all real. So
no click
really
or anything?
No, nothing.
Nice.
So we really have to stay fully on top of our game.
all natural.
Yeah. Very few and far between these days.
Which foreign country is most unique in the experience for you guys? Because I know the whole atmosphere of going overseas is different, so much different than America.
Something I've learned, you know, before we ever went overseas, a lot of the bands we toured were like, oh, you know, being over this country isn't that cool. The food sucks, the weather sucks, this sucks, that sucks. Basically, everyone in the world has something amazing. You just have to know where to look and who to ask where to look. And what I've learned by going everywhere in the world is that everything is a lot more similar than it actually seems. It's just the same general components, just a few things are different. Like a big way that I learn about life is through food. Like, food is my main thing when I'm on the road. That's all I'm ever thinking about. That's all I ever do. And so that's something I've learned around the world. It's all the same ingredients. It's just prepared a little bit differently. And that's the way people are. That's the way people are from city to city, even in the state. And we can play multiple cities in this state alone and find that people are different.
Sure.
Depending on where you are. So
y'all guys were great up there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different everywhere you go, but Japan's my favorite place in the world, but it's still semi-similar to what we got going on here. It's just...
Yeah, I think definitely out of all the places we've been, probably the most, I guess for the first time going there, the most, I guess, cultural shock is probably Japan, because no matter where you go, like Europe, Australia, like it's not that far off. Like obviously the language is different, but the way things are isn't too bad. We go to Japan, and it's like a totally different.
People are
thing.
so polite, organized, clean. You leave something on the train, 12 hours later it's still there, or someone has returned it to you. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's always amazing to go to Japan. The first time going over there, I had no idea what the hell I was doing because I couldn't read anything, and just everything was like the food was different. I wasn't used to that, but now we've been over there like 5, 6, 7 times or something like that. Now it's like we're very accustomed.
Your
to
intestines
everything.
are set now, right?
Well, the food there.
I'm half Japanese, so I was raised off it also.
So you helped him out.
Yeah.
Well, every time we go there, it's like food fest.
It's the greatest food in the world.
Like we just gorge
But there's
like
great food everywhere.
all
There
the
is.
time. So.
Even in this city alone, like one of my favorite restaurants in the Midwest is West Side Local. I love that place. That's in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think today we might go to Rieger's after the show. I think
Yeah.
this one's called like an old hotel and it's like pre-prohibition cocktails.
Guys, we appreciate you coming on the show. We can't wait to see this live set that is going to be totally different
Be there.
than the other things that we're shooting today at Rockfest. So Trivium coming up right now.